Double music. Double music. What's up, world? What's up, cyberspace? Damn, active ass weekend, huh? Shit. Told y'all. Look at all the titles of last week's videos. It's up. It's your boy Crypto, bro. I'm the realest nigga out. I'm the last one left, the last Mohican. Officially. And the homies in the chat. What up, Lita? What up, Enthusiast? T-Law Fitness. Oh shit, we got Tree City West. All hands on deck. Solana ETF approved moments ago. God damn. Solana gonna get a God candle. Don't say that, bro. I'm an emoji Dracula. Hey, is emoji Dracula gonna fill this ETF? No, I'm just kidding. I'm in position, I guess. I got some Solana. Man, juggling crypto's insane, bro. It's insane. But what's up, y'all? What up? Fresh and clean Puffco. This is correct. This is valid information. I cleaned the Puffco. It's not as clean, but I've had this. This Puffco's been going numbers, Brody. I've had this since 2021, and I've had this chamber since 22. So this is proof that if you take care of your Puffco, it should last you. It might get a little rusty, dusty. You know what I'm saying, with the Zen sticker on it. I'm always going to the moon. It's got the Zen on it. You just can't see it. Little Zen guy. Yeah, man. Clean Puffco. That's what it's all about. What up, Rolando? Yours getting spicy in Zen World. As a brown brother, I love spice. I love spice too. That's my shit. Spicy food? Yo. I just started getting a palate for spicy, though. I didn't like that when I was like in my 20s. My 30s, though, we fucks with the spicy. We fucks with it. That shit looks dangerous. Man, I wish I could smoke regular, like, flower. But I won't lie. I think of, like, vaping as, like, essential oils at this point. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to vape some oil, bro. I don't want it to smell like a full-blown blunt or anything. Just be regular. But what the fuck is up, guys? This your boy Crypto Bruh, aka More World Pizza DJ / producer, coming back again with another one of these videos. Free. This is my community service. Here again with my community service. Talking about Zen World. It is fucking June 30th, Monday, last day of the middle of the year. Officially over the hump. Christmas coming soon. Halloween, think of your costume. You could be the Zen chart, just be just wear all red and just walk around. People be like, what the fuck are you? Like, I'm a Zen chart. Just damn. Just red. Whatever you want to believe. I don't know. This your boy. And yeah, man, it was an eventful weekend. I don't know what happened. It was weird. It was a weird weekend. It was cool for me, but like shit was really weird. Like shit was weird for me, man. I got in a fucking car accident and shit. Like I haven't been in a car accident since I was like 18 or some shit. That shit was nuts. But I had a great time up until that car accident. So I don't know if that was just how God humbles you real quick. It was like, yo, bro, okay, maybe not hyper speed. Let me take your front fender. So we're gonna get a fender soon. And I thought that shit was mad funny. It's actually funny. My car broke twice. And I've been making a lot of fucking car jokes on the stream. So I might have to stop joking about the car because I don't know what the fuck the energy is. But yeah, I made some of those jokes like, oh, you might have to sell your Zen to fix your car. But yeah, whatever you got to do, man, do it. And yeah, so it was weird. I was on a whole different energy all day, all weekend. And then I ended up like making my page private for some reason because I just felt like I should do that shit. I was like, you know what? This Zen thing is starting to feel like people don't really, I keep saying like people don't know what's going on. Like they've been here for 2.5 years, but they haven't really understood what is going on. And then they, you know, they got other shit going on in their life. And like I've been saying on the stream this whole time, like Zen, it does need to kind of speak to you. You kind of need to find it. It's not surface level. And if it doesn't speak to you in that regard, like, yeah, if this shit might need too much substance from you, you know, too much attention from you. So, you know, it's just the way it is, you know. It's just the side bitch is gonna get away. But again, I get it. Some people living in that reality, and yeah, they can't keep up with all of that's like what I've been realizing. If you listen to the other side of the FUD, it bottlenecks to this point that they can't keep up. What have we been saying on this channel this whole time? There's gonna be slow pokes that want you to slow down because they cannot keep up. Time must mature, and for some, you will speed up because you've got it like that. And I don't know why you've got the light, bro. Fucking research yourself, but you're doing an amazing job. All right, the rest of these fools that are behind us, and it's sad too, because you're gonna see some of the homies just like falling off, and it's like, all right, bro, like I wish you wouldn't fall off, but this is your path you're choosing, you know. And again, this is the same thing that happened in Bitcoin. In Bitcoin, it needed to have community price discovery, and you had multiple communities spawn from Bitcoin. It's not like Bitcoin was perfect. You still have some of these communities here today, and they're fragmented everywhere. Right. And they still all speak from the same root. They all speak about Satoshi and the Bitcoin, and they all go back to the same fucking story whenever you want to start to like try to pierce or just, you know, tear down what they've built. And then it comes to you being on the same thing. Well, I just can't keep up with Bitcoin. Right. Isn't that what everybody always gets to? I just can't keep up with it. That's not anybody's fault. That's crypto, and there's no crying in the casino just because you can't keep up with it. Right? That's actually a wake-up call, I think, for some people. You can't actually keep up with it. Maybe you should sell everything and come back later, because you could keep up when it's time for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's why Bitcoin also seen such a roar in capital in 2017, because in 2014, 13, 15, I kind of scrambled the years there. But in those early years of Bitcoin, nobody knew where to put the money. So they put it into the Bitcoin, and it was all over the place. Right? Free market designed the price. And until we got more established stuff. Again, the first ETF in Bitcoin was like, I think like 2018, or maybe it was 2018. The CME futures. Oh, it was a futures contract. The first futures contract was in 20. Damn, I need to know this shit. Let me see. Yeah, it's Grok. When was Bitcoin's first Wall Street appearance? Let's see. Survey says Phoenix.xyz. Oh yeah, Phoenix. Oh yeah, fixed the car with Zen. That shit would have been full blown mechanic. Yeah, I mean, though, I mean, if you gotta sell your Zen, you gotta sell your Zen. You know how it goes, man. Oh yeah, now you can ask questions all day. Shout out to all the wrenches in the chat. What's up, Knit? Are current X1 validators going to receive XNT? Yes. Yee. You got two yees back to back. Lols. Anything under $1 and I'm scooping. You can always just buy XNT from the market. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, you could always buy XNT from the market. So it's gonna be like a really hard. Like, I think like it's better to just get over this shit right now. Like, you got to come to this new venture, all right? And the Zen reality is what is trash. That motherfuckers don't want to hold the inflation, but it makes a lot of sense. You know, at the end of when you draw all conclusions like we have on this show, it makes a lot of sense. Like, why on the earth would you wait on your neighbor to dump on your head? This is actually a good thing to learn in crypto. Get the fuck out. That's dashboard money until it's real money. I still like, the only reason I go hard on the other side of Zen and not on the side of the crybabies is because those crybabies made me hodl my DXN. I had like 100K of that shit. I was so early, but I hodled for everybody. And everybody dumped on my head, and I had to make sense of it all. So still, that shit is scarred. And yeah, I should have just been doing it the other way, you know? But I don't go and shit on the earth or like the crypto game because I didn't sell my dashboard money. No, I continued this game, and right now I got some pretty awesome dashboard numbers. Shout out to XEN, shout out to Zen burn points. I believe in those ones. Those dash points, those ones are gonna go places. And the real Zen coins, the ones that you can get right now, that's where the speculation is. It's, you know, again, fascinating to watch people put so much risk into a hyperinflating token. It's just crazy. But okay, yeah. So look at this shit. So Bitcoin's first significant Wall Street appearance can be traced back to July 1st, 2013, when Cameron and Taylor Winkenvall, the Winkenvall twins, filed for the first Bitcoin exchange trade ETF. But see, yeah, this is when it was the milestone. In 2017, December 17th, 2017 is when Chicago, the CME, the Chicago Meteorite, blah, blah, the CME. So the CME was one of the biggest futures for Bitcoin. And Chicago is huge because that's like a different Wall Street than the one that they like to talk about. I think that one is the real one. Yeah. And I don't know why, but yeah, something about Chicago and the Midwest of America and trading. I don't got the story because I'm not from there. I got homies that live there in the Midwest. Shout outs to Midwest. Yeah, you guys got some fascinating stories about your finances. So it is very fascinating that Bitcoin's really big concept of like breakthrough, you know, comes from a Chicago-based exchange. But yeah, so this is what I'm saying. Like, this is the game, bro. This is the game. The game that we're playing in the crypto space right now, this like layer 1 battle. You know, you got like, I mean, I'm a critic at this point because I'm a real Zenian. So it's fuck every other coin already. I've been saying that. Like, all these chains are trash, garbage, waste of time. But the only reason you're not wasting your time is because, again, they're turning into paper money. So don't be an idiot, because you're not stupid, crypto dude, crypto bruz, crypto girl, crypto guy, whoever. If you're in crypto, you got this shit, all right? You're not stupid. The unit of account is the most important piece to this puzzle. Jack was saying that shit yesterday on the whole space. That ran. That's why I'm like, man, I went private just for fun to try to have some less noise on my fucking X account, and then everybody goes crazy, and now I'm like, damn, now my X account just still noisy. Still not sitting. Damn. But it's all good. I got my ways of staying zen. And again, that's why I'm like, yo, whatever is gonna happen is happening on a blockchain level. And Jack said it yesterday. If you are an accredited investor into X1, you get shares of the company of X1 Labs, and you're getting the token XNT for the blockchain. So this is some first of its kind type shit, guys. Other blockchains have tried this shit. I don't know them off the rip. And this is where, like, again, the SEC has been trying to go after like some of these blockchains because they did it incorrectly. Or they did it correctly, or they didn't do it correctly. It doesn't really matter. But, I mean, I feel it, bros. I'm fucking from America now. Like, I'm here. Hello. He keeps saying X1 Labs is an American traded company. Bro, that shit's going to follow all the fucking rules. You know how much money is in America? There's poor people in America, and they live in America. It should still tripping me out. It's like, you know, I'm always trying to help and encourage people to keep it going. And that's why I like crypto, because it keeps the fire burning, or, you know, it keeps you encouraged to see how the day plays out, how's the next day going to be, right? That's why I keep thinking in America, yes, it would be better if we changed some of the monetary value into crypto assets to inspire different forms of energy creation down to the human level. So I think humans would be more responsive to Bitcoin than a dollar, knowing all of the PTSD associated with it. So it's a very psychological thing that, again, I'm hearing everything that's happening in crypto, and I am seeing how they're trying to web it into paper, right? And that's not what it's about. That's some new shit, but that's where it's going. And following, in my opinion, like these new brands that are coming into creation, I guess, I think it's going to be important to understand the future regarding, like, you know, government integration. Essentially, that's like what the SEC is. Like, a lot of people are grilling Jack right now because of the whole VC thing, and that's kind of why it's like it doesn't really make any sense if you are pro X1 or if the project already talks or speaks to you, because that's not like what we're fighting. Like, we're not fighting for allocation of X1 chain. We're fighting for Bitcoin mindshare, which is much bigger than a 1% allocation to some VC funding shit. Like, we need to rocket ship this ideology into the masses so we can move people into this new reality, which is, why don't you get paid in Bitcoin? Why don't you put Bitcoin in your ROI or your 401k and your RA or whatever, like, I mean, it's not my thing, but I get it. Like, there's a lot of people out there. Like, I live in this major city. Like, there's bus drivers, electricians, school teachers, like, real fucking people. Like, these people need more than just $25 an hour. That's not progressing the reality, right? And this is why I understand it all, bro. These guys that are trying to get you pulled out of the Zen world right now, based on this VC shit, they'll like be like, yo, we've been here forever. But they're the original people that like didn't educate the community to get beyond them, right? They're like the influencer, the KOL. That's why I'm like, yo, Jack Levin is one of the most disruptive developers to step into this trench area, like, hands-on. And this can only happen at his level because he's got the age, right? Time must mature. So like, I'm in my early 30s. Like, I still got 20 years before I can do a JL moment where I can raise $1 million and lose $1 million at the same damn time. Like, yeah, that's definitely some you're moving to your elder shit. You could not do that at my age. Some niggas try to throw me into the river. River, bruh. So that's what I'm saying. I see the play. I already see the play, bro. The whole investors.xyz, this is just transparency. A lot of companies will repeat what we've done. That's why it's funny. It's like, I want to work for Jack, but I don't want to work for Jack. Fuck that. I want to make my own money. It's like, yo, you want to work for X1 Labs, but then you realize, like, yo, that's not that cool. Like, it's cooler to be a partner and to experiment and blow shit up, but with your own name, like with your own like record label or whatever. It's like, oh, we do shit like this, That's kind of how I think of what I built, like the whole mintzen.com. This is how we mint Zen. Like, we batch mint xeNFTs at the speed of light, or in 2 seconds. Right? That's what I'm doing to bring energy and education to Zen. Whereas Jack is actually bringing investment education to Zen. Because there's a lot of people who've invested in Zen, in this moment in time, hearing how much people have lost, if this is real, I'm like, dude, like, how could you just do that? Like, I haven't even been able to do it. Like, all my dashboard money disappears before I could actually get my hands on it. Or I turned it into NFTs. Those are my crypto stories. It's like, oh, I had a whole bunch of dashboard money in 2020. Then I bought fucking NFTs. Then it turned into NFTs. Then I had to turn all that shit into something else. So I turned it into Zen, and then I turned it into DXN, and then I never sold until it was too late. So you're going to always have these stories, and investing in crypto is going to be a challenge for a lot of people. It's really the beginner stage of a big idea. Like, I think it's dog eat dog world forever. It's P versus P. And that's, again, what Zen is teaching you, right? Zen is teaching you that your neighbor is going to dump on your head. The only way to stop your neighbor from dumping is to do what OP Zen is doing, which is we're in the middle of a hurricane. It's like, oh, yeah, this is what we've wanted. And that's why last week, what up, Ernest? Last week, I was saying like, yo, this is a ghost town. This is what you want if you believe in Zen. You want what this week is. Last week, nobody was around. You could build positions. You could do whatever you wanted. But now, for some reason, Jack Levin shook the boat. I don't know why he shook the boat. I think we're getting closer to release. That's why I think he shook the boat. And I don't know why. Like, again, YouTubers are gonna say what they want to say, and then like KOLs will say what they want to say. But there again, they don't have the money in the bank. So their voice is just voice. It's just words. It's just blah, you know. They don't got the money in the bank. So that's kind of why I'm like, yo, you don't have to worry about the FUD. The FUD is juicy. Fudding VCs is juicy because it's only going to make other VCs come in because they're going to be like, bro, what the fuck? Why are all of these idiots fudding my participation when I'm the one who pumps the chart? And then it's just like, I don't know, man. They're doing something here, right? It's like, okay, cool. We got the market makers. Like these guys are going to wait for the VCs and then they're going to have back and forth shit. So that's why, yeah, if you're in Zen right now, you've probably got the best position ever. If you can decouple from Jack Levin, from Crypto Bruh, from everything, if you could just exist, you will be fucking top dog in Zen, dog. Like off rip. That's what this whole moment is right now. This is the part where literally everybody's going to fall the fuck off. And it's just going to be those that believe. And there will be whales here because they can't leave. Where the fuck you going to go? Your 50,000 is in the fucking DGen coin, not in the accredited investors. And you would have been totally down to do that if it was the first thing to pop up. But there wasn't anybody there. I actually remember when Jack was talking about the accredited investor thing. Remember that dude? What was his name from fucking Pulse Chain? That it was the white dude that had the black logo. What was his name? Pharma. What was this dude's name? He had like a top hat. He made a DEX, a liquidity DEX, and he kept pressing Jack that he wanted to invest actual money into Zen and be accredited investor into Zen. And Jack like went along with that shit. What was this motherfucker's name? Fuck. Phantom fucking I was like farm or something. Somebody got this. PH. Famous? Is it famous? Famous. Yeah. So famous. Yeah, if you remember way back, like the early Twitter spaces, Famous used to press Jack on this idea that they wanted to invest. And that's kind of why, again, I still think Jack Levin is playing with all these motherfuckers because they say they got bread, but they ain't really got it. Like they got it in crypto. And again, here's my like my catch-22 story about Jack Levin. So this is coming from Crypto Bruh, because I got a different book. All right, my book ain't the same as everybody else's. I'm gonna keep saying that shit. Everybody else is fucking weird. I'm just here for the minting formula. And there's all these other cool perks that are fucking around, like investors. That's kind of cool. And then there's a blockchain. That's kind of cool. But I really enjoy the minting formula. And again, I think we found the one we've been looking for, which is OP Zen, because that is Zen at the end. And that's the only way this is going to work. Time must mature. That's literally the slogan. Like, that's how you tell people this shit. Like, yo, I want to get into Zen. Like, all right, I'm going to let you know. Time must mature, but we have the AMP. That's the countdown. So you can get in now or you can learn about it. Right? That's what I mean. The AMP slows people down. And I don't give a fuck if you think that is word salad. All right. You can shove it up your butt. It is what it is. The AMP slows you down. The AMP on optimism is going to actually give us what we're looking for. and that's because there's no supply and you can't fucking make them. Optimism has a cap. There's so much glory. I'm actually kind of glad this didn't happen on base. As much as I still fuck with base because I got so many mints coming out. And I don't want to be a mentor that dumps. Like, again, I wish people would be encouraged to build and make economies, right? Make stores, make concepts, make ideas. Spin Zen and build this free world that we want. You know, like it's there for us to do if we want to do it. But again, I don't think we're there yet as a species of humans on the internet. It's still very early. We're like 15 years into Bitcoin. Like, yeah, the utopia of like internet crypto, like, bro, that's maybe when I'm gray in my 70s. 40 years from now, maybe we get a utopia with a ferment dome. And it's like, you got to hold this NFT in order to get into this fucking civilization. Do you got the right NFTs? We're hella far from that, though. We're still playing the numbers game, the unit of accounts game. Again, the blockchain game. And that's why you shouldn't take it too serious when things are switching, because you should be on the technology. If you're not on the technology, you're an investor, and you're always going to get it second, right? You're not the quant. You're not quantitative. The quantitative doesn't ask questions. They get answers. All right. That's why it's like, yo, a lot of the times if you're going back and forth with someone, you probably don't really need to, because they're searching for an answer. So they're trying to brute force something out of you that they haven't heard before. It's like, bro, go find the thing you've never heard before. It's literally free. Reverse engineer it, right? And that's why, again, I'm hyped that P.o.P. I don't know if this was on purpose. I don't think it was. I think Jack Levin just pulled it out of his ass. So I'm going to do 300 instead of 3,000, 10x more. But again, the minting formula is all that matters in XEN. This 1 amp makes it extremely impossible for people to try to pump the supply. The only way to pump the supply essentially is to pump mints, and you really can't pump mints on Optimism because it's mimicking Ethereum again, and it only has 40 million gas limit blocks. So yeah, these blocks get packed quick. They are 2-second blocks though, so you can get your bulk rake in there. It looks like we got somebody that was minting like an hour ago. Big ups to them. Put some color in the blocks. That's where the term comes from. Putting color in the blocks is because most of the time if you see it with a low number, that's the gas. And that's all XEN is. XEN is just repurposing the block, right? Every 2 seconds there's a block for you to grab. Maybe it becomes a gas war. Who fucking knows? But it's crypto. It's blockchain. It's public. You can go out there and get yourself some coins. Get started today. But yeah, that's why, like, again, I'm not worried about XEN because the X1 application that's being like added to it seems to be following the right rules and principles of the real world so that it could be big. It can be something more than just some shit on the internet, something inside of crypto. Like right now, like if I produce something like I have, like even down in the homie Tree City West, like we're fucking cooking, but there's isn't it. We're still so early. Like we're cooking for a crowd of 100. I do believe we will be cooking for crowds of thousands of people. I mean, I've seen this progression in real world, man. I went from DJing like store parties with like intimate relations only to like now DJing high performing clubs in New York City. Like the transformation in which your passion can take you is out of this world if you want it to be. But it's always going to be something that is out of this world. You're never gonna, or how do you say this? Like, because this is what I'm trying to get at. You have to just keep performing. Like, you just got to keep putting demos out. You got to keep throwing darts until something hits. In every single dart, again, is an exercise. You learn something new. You're adding to your stack. That's why I'm like, man, I got to get like Tree City West because he got a shit ton of XEN stack. I got one that I've produced that's out in the public and it's doing its thing. Almost 7 days away from a full 30 days worth of uptime. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. I think a lot of others will come and develop, but the community has to come together. And at least what I'm learning in XEN is come together community concept in a public state. It really does need aggressive tokenomics to essentially force nature. Like that's kind of what OP.XEN is proving Ethereum XEN will do. And the game is if we can get people to bet on this. Because what is stopping XEN from becoming an ETF? Now that we know X1 is going to be eligible for ETFs in the stock market, like what's stopping them from adding this nature to XEN with a lot of community members? Jack said this shit yesterday too. If people are starting companies in real world to participate, what's stopping them from starting companies to or in X1? So they're starting real companies in the real world to participate in X1 now. What's going to stop them from doing the same thing for XEN when it has more legs? Like when everything is developed and it's progressing, it won't be hard for those people to redo the same concept so that they can make the proper books to make the right money. Because it is true. You want to keep glowing up. You don't want to just stop in crypto. And it is kind of sad that in crypto, we want to be so sovereign that we forget how to, like, I guess, I mean, I don't know. I really know how to say it. Because, yeah, it's like that's what they're, because, I mean, what is, sovereign ownership when you can't start using it? Like, all this information in crypto, like all of this stuff that's not in the colleges yet, but eventually there probably will be. And then you can't, go out there and make more with this information, right? That's kind of how that's at least how I register the regulation in crypto, because there's a lot of things to build. But yeah, you don't want to just be building those things and you're not making money. Like you can't be accredited and get bag. Like even like I have a lot of experience in this because like with the whole DJ shit, it's the same move, bro. It's like I'm not like an agent oriented PR DJ. Like I'm a text message DJ. Like I got friends in the industry, which is popping, right? You want to have proximity and network because that's how you stay consistent, right? But if you want to get to the next level, right, those ventures, it takes a lot of papers. Not everybody gets the papers. Not everybody gets the papers, okay? And that's kind of why, like, again, I don't think XEN is ruled out. I just think right now it's by design. Too many people are over leveraged in XEN, and they need to realize something here, which is that this is going to turn around in two ways, right? XEN can turn around if the community comes together, like I was saying, consolidate back to Ethereum. This is, I guess, the number one hopium scenario, actually. I would say number one hopium scenario because I doubt it would happen, to be honest. But what you would want is you would want everybody to come back home to ETH XEN and be like, oh, yeah, like we're pro ETH XEN again because we get it now. Right? And what is there to get, right? The concept of the AMP and understanding you're not gonna buy it, so it's gonna go down, right? It's like CBXEN right now. In CBXEN, it's only going down because it's suffering from the action that everybody knows it's going down. So it's got to find a real floor, it's got to find the buyers, it's got to do all that stuff, and then maybe it might turn back up and do this run again up to this 200, and then if enough people join the party, maybe it keeps going, right? This is cryptocurrency. They've taken this away from you, this ugly fucking boring chart, right? But again, this doesn't make us any money because it's on CBXEN. It's on base, right? Nobody wants to be over there, so everybody has to come over to Ethereum XEN, and then they have to let it die. It hasn't died yet. It's still being held up. They gotta let it go. That's what I was saying. It needs to go sub 4 million, maybe even lower than that now with all this fucking weird, like these guys are weird. But we're still in my window. I would say like X1 chain probably won't come out between April and September. So yeah, going into July, I still think we get X1, real X1, like sometime in August. Because you'll have another 30 days of some sort of render, whatever they're rendering. Because again, you could just buy XNT. Like at the end of the day, you could just buy XNT. So It doesn't matter how many tears you cry. The team's roadmap is the team's roadmap. You know, it's just very fascinating watching all the tears or the ways the tears are flowing. That's a sexy chart. What's up, Josh? You aiming to knock me off my block? Oh, hell no. Private chef is nice. Yeah, you'll have a private chef. See, this is where I'm at with it, though. If we're entering the third year of Zen, this next pump, this is where it's supposed to be geared for real people. All right, so if you're still here right now, that's why it's like, yo, don't fall off the rope, because some people can't hangle. That's actually a good one. They can't hangle, bro. They can't hangle. And you don't need anybody in Zen. You could just play your own game. So again, do I think people come over here and pump the chart? Fuck yeah. But does it need to die? Hell yeah. So I'm more on the side of, like, again, I think Zen needs to die off. Any pumps that happen in Zen, you should probably sell them. The death of this thing could take a while. Like, it could literally take another year. Because even X1 chain isn't going to make people pump Zen. I would expect people to extract from it. Like, I wouldn't expect them to pump it. I would expect extraction, because the pump is going to happen on OP Zen. And you're not going to be there if you're not in it now. Like, this is going to happen so fast, and you're going to be like, fuck. And again, I feel like, again, this is the one where if you've been looking for a pump, you might as well just get in the OP Zen now and go and tell everybody to follow after you. Like, straight up. We are approaching a inflation day, so I kind of expected that too. Again, we're minting from from right here. Yeah, so you see right here, a lot of the G ranks, or excuse me, the AMPs that are ending, because OP Zen is so little in ledger space, I guess, or whatever. We can reverse engineer it. So with reverse engineering, OP Zen right now, it's currently minting starting tomorrow, July 1st, day. Well, like, I don't know how to explain the days, but February 15, 2024, the mint isn't, those mints relevant to a max mint is tomorrow. So to this past weekend, there was no inflation on OP Zen, because in my opinion, what looks like is nature is that as we were getting closer to the 1 amp, people were stopping from minting, so there was only one specific account going hard. And then I'm assuming because of the nature, that was it right here. 7 days ago, or 5 days ago, 5 to 7 days ago, was when we were seeing a lot of sell pressure on the chart. This right here. Right, these sell days, those were all just people getting their mints, and they were the last ones left getting the OP Zen. So like, when you look at it, right, like, that's what I mean. OP Zen is fucking cool because you can actually do the research on it, whereas Ethereum Zen is like, all right, but the problem again is that the amp is against you. It's literally telling you should only mint. Like, that's the hard fact of it. Like, there's no others. Everyone's trying to make up a narrative for it, but the narrative for deflation is on optimism. It's not anywhere else. It's not even on CBZN. Shit is fucking crazy. Because we can't, there's no way. There's no way. You can mint it for a value, but you can't buy it. It's crazy. Don't do it. Don't do it. But look at this shit. So we're going to go over here. We're going to see. So what we got here? So we got the reward. So you see right now, I go to the blockchain. That's why I'm like, oh, I don't really need to like follow anybody on this, because if you go to the blockchain, you learn a lot more and see the patterns. Like how this is one wallet claiming a bunch of Zen, and you can see them doing their thing, and then you can also just kind of like see what the common consensus is, right? Sometimes I'll go into the transaction hash, and then I'll hit net transfers here, and then I'll see how much they grossed. So like right now, this is like what I mean, like you could reverse engineer all this, and this is what's cool about Zen, right? This is why you don't need Jack Levin or an influencer directing your plays. You just need to understand how the reward formula works. And if you like it and you want to get into the game, right, then you need to, again, I'm telling you from just being an experienced person now, like, yeah, you don't want to diss OP Zen because what those lunatics were saying before is actually real. And if everybody showed up over here, it would force the whales to sell, because then they would have to make a move. They would need to do something. It would be too profitable. And that's why, I don't know how many times you're going to get a pump, because you would need to keep you would need this message to spread. Like, it can't just be Crypto Bro telling everybody like, yeah, the deflation is working over here. Like, it needs other people to see it and reverse engineer and speculate with all those speculators, so that every time a really big whale gets out in the next, like, I would say it's going to probably take a year, like another 365 days of 1 amp to get out the staking whales. And who knows how long they might hold for, because their daily stakes can't really kill us. It's like they're creating like only a few trillion or whatever. So every 90 days, that trillion gets smaller and smaller, and be billions and so on and so on. So it's like, yeah, an OP's in. If you're a whale or you've minted a bunch of supply in the beginning, it's a fucking burden. So I think like it's more likely to go up than to go down, because those people are gonna hodl and then be forced to sell, and the game starts. Like, that's when the next game starts in OP's in. Like, when I know we know who has most of it. That's why I was like, oh, I wonder if he owns all these wallets. So you have like the CoinTools Batch Minter, and what's crazy is on CoinTools and the Batch Minter, this like their code is like bad for optimism, because the dank sharding messed up the crates in the code. So like you can't reinvest your wallets. Like, it's weird. Some people, they do it, but like you gotta like do a exit and then go back and redo it, so you don't see that double time here. But yeah, you see this person when they made this, 34 cents, right? And then they just minted it. Oop, gotta go back 2 more. So yeah, they just minted it, and it was less than a penny. 2 zeros and a 2. And let's see how much this is worth. That's why it's like, they're gonna go and sell it, because it's player versus player. And that's what we haven't won. Like, we haven't won an established community of hodlers and buyers. Like, we still have like a dumbfounded. I don't know. I think it's actually pretty dumb. Like, for as long as it's been around, and for how everyone just wants to stay out the loop, I think it's also like a reflection of crypto. It's pretty wild shit, man. Like, I really believe that. Like, I thought like crypto was gonna like change everything, but like it's really falling into like a cell phone category. Like, it's not like traveling to the moon anymore or anything like that. Like, real shit, because the only way it can pump now is like with more and more like, I don't know. Like, it's just not smart money. Like, the smart money is in real investment. Like, they're like in Robinhood, and they're doing that shit because it's credited and it's less risk. And yeah, in crypto, it just still is not that. Like, you can introduce it to a bunch of degens and they'll figure out a way to flip the script. Like, look at X1. That's why it's like, oh man, we really do have to wait for the chain to come out, because we cannot get the remaining community on board. And Jack actually said something yesterday that resonated with me when he was talking about like rich people, poor people, and like who do you pay attention to? And like for my personal self, like I'm not a rich person and I feel like a poor person, but I guess I'm not that poor because there's more poor than the poor I am. So like, you know, like the concept of having wealth and being lucky or born into it is a special concept because there is only so many people that are born into it or find luck with real wealth, like real wealth, bro. I'm talking like you're just chilling, throwing that shit places, right? Other than that, it's an exchange of hands. Like you didn't get lucky, you fucking played your cards right, and you were like, I'm gonna get this money, right? And that's kind of how I feel like the Zen world is right now. Like a lot of people that want to bow out or whatever, like maybe they really are coming from money and they've never lost this much money before, or you know, they never phantomed like making a bad move because they've always made good money moves. And I think that's like another missing piece that people don't see that Zen has attracted is this real narrative that you could really be a nobody and it could turn you into a somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can get knighted fucking with Zen. And I'm not the only person that's like thinking like this. And that I think is what's going to make it one of the most popular sovereign coins out of every coin in crypto, because it's going to make people over and over again for 8 years. And then after the fact, again, we're experiencing it right now on OP Zen. We're minting, bro. After 2030, we're still minting. There's still humans on Earth, bruv. And if this is going to work out the way it should work out, like, yeah, Zen should become one of the most sovereign currencies on planet Earth. Like, anybody can access it and grow it on their own if they really wanted to. You know, it's just like Bitcoin. It's accessible from all these different EVMs. And that's why it's like, yo, in 2030, you're looking at systems where you're using leverage of X1 to give maybe UBI to the future. And that's what I mean, yo, haters of today would say, how the fuck are we going to give UBI to the future using Zen? That's like why I'm like, yo, we need more exploring thinkers like this. Not people who would think like, why would we put UBI behind? Why would we put Zen into a UBI conversation? Like, dude, the math on this shit is nuts. It's literally the same thing as printing money. It's like it's the same as printing money math or whatever. Hold on, I gotta sip something. You should try claiming Zen or OP Zen between 5 zeros and a 6. God damn, 6 zeros and a 9. Sheesh. Now that's alpha. Zen's new narrative is expert mode and GUI management. I mean, you should want to know how to drive the blockchain. Like, imagine that. Like, you at dinner and shit with your family, and everybody's over here like, man, I got a clunky ass whip on the blockchain. Your shit is smooth sailing. Shit. And that's how it should be. It's like you can't really control much of the chain. Like, in this game called crypto, you can't control anything, you know? One thing you can control is when you enter, at least in Zen. And that's going to be maintained. That's a difficulty, right? The chain itself is a difficulty. How much people want to get in is a difficulty. And again, I think OP Zen offers these things. And people just need to wake up to it and shake off the PTSD. Because, yeah, this is more proof. Like, this is why I was saying last week that, yo, I want to trust people on CBZen because I've invested a lot. But the reality is they are going to dump because it's inflating. That's the human nature. Like, I saw this video of this rapper that jumped into the crowd in, like, Africa, like, and everybody was trying to steal his chain and shit. And that's where Zen is. Like, Zen is in the public, but in third world. Like, there's people who that need the $5, bro. They need the $1, bro. So I think, yeah, that it needs to be curbed. The only way to curb the I need a dollar bros is with 1 amp, because now they have to stay up. They got to mint to get inflation, right? If they sold their inflation already, like, now they got to buy it back because it's not coming. And then everybody who isn't watching this channel and just keeps dumping their $1 inflation, right? That's kind of what that looks like right here. Right? $1. Like if people keep doing this, this doesn't matter because it turns into volume. Because then it's like, yeah, you're dumping your $1, and then like, oh, your $1 is now $2, but that's just volume. Like the market makers could just put. I was thinking about this, so I'm just gonna share it. But yeah, I was thinking like, yo, if the market makers really came into XEN and tried to make money, because like, yeah, everyone wants to make money, but they're still trying to get this one to make money, because this is where the conviction is, supposedly. Supposedly, they're really convicted into XEN, but they don't want to start up today because you got to really get it. You got to buy the inflation and you got to get the whole world online. Like none of us are going to be able to do that. Not even Jack Levin, bro. That's why he pivoted to X1, because he's like, y'all are tripping. We're going to have to wait 2,000 days. You might as well mint and do xeNFTs so you can burn it for X1 chain. But yeah, if you do the coin tools, and then let's say like the moon parties happen and you don't get your mint before the moon party ends. That's kind of why, again, Zen's got to go through that one too. Like the post X1 inflation belief. Oh God, that one's going to be crazy. That's why I'm not trying to be around for that one. I'll be around from a distance. Again, I'll be saying we will be back in 2008 or 2028. We will be back. I will be back to scoop up my Zen at whatever level the world takes it to. I hope the world understands. And that's why, again, I'm just going to mint. You just mint Zen and collect your mints, right? If you collect mints, you lower the risk of exposure. So then you can party because it doesn't matter. It matters how many you put in that day. You know, how much belief did you have in the future? You know, did you believe 1,000 mints or did you believe 2 mints? And there's a lot of people right now in XEN that probably wish that they believed more in themselves in that moment, right? Nature. You got to love it, man. So yeah, XEN is about to get super fascinating going into the month of July. As you can see here, the March 24th is the day I'm looking at, because after March 24th, we have significant deflationary concepts happening. And I'm talking like, you can see there's only going to be one winner, whoever that is. And we go into the future. So for a second here, there's only going to be one winner. And that's why like this is actually some of the most bullish time, one of the most bullish times in XEN, because yeah, as we go into July, it's really ambiguous because there's no inflation, and the inflation is ticking down. I shared this with one of my friends in the space, but yeah, the target, if you don't know, in XEN is gonna be December 9th. So why December 9th? This day is when all of the amps become one. So from now until then, we're on a declining scale of inflation for sure. Like if you've been mining Zen, you're going to start seeing it, which, I mean, if you've been watching the chart, you should be seeing it too. Like the blockchain. Like on the blockchain, this used to be bigger. Like this was at 26. You know, I've been watching it go down from 3 million, 2 million. You know, and that's why next month or like throughout July, this is going to go down to 1 million. And then in August, you know, it'll start going down from 100, hundreds. And then by December, it'll look something like this. Here we go to the live mint calculator. Post X1 burns, the max minters will win. They will have all the Zen for the next narrative. Yeah, that's what I mean though. That's what it's like, yo, you want to max mint and believe in Zen, but like if you don't believe in Zen, like make a XENFT, dude. So you do not feel the pain, because then at least you can burn it and get the fuck out if you don't want to feel the pain. But yeah, this is kind of like why the math on XEN is really bullish right now, because you could just simply see this shit happening, where it's like, okay, I'm gonna do 1 day's term, and then even with today's world, right? At today's world, you're seeing the C, because again, it's about minting, so people are still doing it. I won't lie, I stopped minting yesterday too because the blockchain was giving me such a problem. So yeah, we'll see moments like this, because yeah, optimism's a special one with the like blockchain. It's almost like you got to join their governance. I was just looking at that shit because I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I might have to join the gang over there to understand what's going on. But you can see on a high day, it's about 1.3 mints can get in, 1.3 million. So we'll go ahead and do it like that. 1.3 million, and then the amount of VMU is 128, because that's all you can do. Oh wait, I want to do 1 VMU though, just so you can see what I mean. So 20, right? 20 OPs in per VMU starting December 9th, regardless to when you show the fuck up, when you started minting, day 8, day 7, day 6, 20 OPs in. And this is why I'm like, bro, I can't believe, like, how am I the only person streaming about Zen? Like this is huge for tokens, because there's no other token like this. There's a lot of damaged individuals out there looking for something that's epic. The next 3 months in OP's in, that's the narrative. We're headed to 20. 20. Right now, it's 10x. Or was it? Or what is this? 1,000x? Man, I can't do my math sometimes, you know. Let me do my math real quick. Let me do my math. Yeah, 100,000x. So that's what you're about to see happen between now and December. And you could ask yourself, you know, what you think is going to happen. I mean, like, I've been trying to play the liquidity pool, but I keep getting pushed out because everybody keeps believing. So I'm hoping that people stop believing. But again, this might be the low, because I don't think people care, right? Like, I think it's gonna balance. Like, the yin and yang is gonna work in our favor, because the sellers will always get smaller and the buyers will stay at the same rate. Like if you're buying, you're not, you know what I mean? Like, if you're selling, your sales are gonna go down. Like, you're gonna have 150, then 125, then like 50 cents, right? And you naturally can't keep up with this old sell pressure that you had. But if I'm coming in DCAing like $10 every day, and I have like $1,000, right? So I'm like, oh, we got 1,000 days at $10, you know? All right, no, we got 100 days at $10, right? So the moment, you know, I don't actually know how long that is from now. Let me see. You'll just need to outpace the rest of the people, right? Like, that's what the OP Zen is showing us. And this will be the same thing will happen in real Zen. So in ETH Zen, when we get to like the last stages of the AMP, what we're about to see in the next 3 months on OP Zen, we'll be able to repeat it. Because again, it's a simulation. So if you're not here now, like, you're really not getting the ease of mind. That's kind of how I'm starting to also look at it. Is like, if you really understand OP Zen and how to drive it, then you'll be able to really set up your family or set yourself up, like, because as we get closer to the 1 amp on Ethereum, if the game is the way they're saying, right? ETH bros are saying they're not going anywhere. They're saying we're here, right? So if they're saying they're here, they should be here in 2030, and the same thing will happen on Ethereum Zen, where there will be a grace period of discovery from, you know, 2 million per VMU to 20, and what that does to the overall, you know, supply and demand ratio of whatever motherfuckers build on top of Zen. You know, right now, that's why on OP Zen is just is more experimental, because we don't have any thing that's restricting anybody from anything, right? Except Jack Levin saying how you're gonna burn your Zen. But if he told you, you'd be burning the shit out of your OP Zen already, right? Yeah, today to December 12th or 9th. Yeah, you get 162 days. Daily compound them stakes on OP too. Yep. That PayPal problem part yesterday by JL was surreal to hear him explain it to us idiots. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is though. But to be honest, Solana was a Google project. Who's to say that's I don't know. I shouldn't say that because that's not real. That's speculation. Speculation that Jack Levin works for Google, seen and knew about Solana, and decided to vamp it at the end. You know what I'm saying? Vamp it right when people start to understand the tech. Because it's true. It's about the Rust compiler. So the compiler for Solana is just going to be way more robust than other projects. And people would need... Like, if you want to go head-to-head with Solana on a brand tip and say we got a different virtual machine, like your virtual machine will need to be as stable as Solana's, because that's what people get now, right? They get it. They don't understand, like, move. That's why Sui is already in a word battle, because the people won't get that. They'll be like, oh, it's built in Rust, but the VM, the virtual machine, is in Move. That changes the whole conversation. X1 is not like that. X1 actually has other modules within the SVM, right? Within the BPF, the Berkeley packet filter, right? You're going to have XEN up in that bitch. Zunies, Superblocks, and any other proof of work coins that people decide to make using or leveraging the Xenium blockchain. I could see, like, again, a ton of different proof of work tokens popping up as people fork the client to make their own tokens. Might be one of the fairest distributed ways ever to really produce a coin. I can't wait. Cannot wait for X1 chain. But yeah, like yeah, like what, you know, it's just gonna be very, 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 very complex, and it's gonna be what it is. Like, they gotta understand it and want to believe in it. So yeah, I mean, yeah. He didn't steal it. I don't think he stole it. Like, he did prove a point, though, that's like what they've been trying isn't going to work. Because this is what he was really pointing at. So if you go to this thing called Solana Beach, it shows you the validator set for Solana. And what you can see is that, like, the top validating set is all like essentially, I mean it's catch-22 of whatever you want to think it is. Some would say blockchain participants, but they're all corporations, so it's like hard to be like, how much are they participating? You know, the participation is usually on the social level. The meme coins, the NFTs, the projects, you know, that's where the governance is most felt. And again, these validators up here, they get all the blocks, right? That's what X1 is changing. It's changing this notion that the corporations give all the money to the blockchain, so they get all the blocks as well, right? Solana actually has a really good Nakamoto coefficient, over 1,000 validators, but that super majority of 20 is what makes them centralized, right? The first 20 blocks go to these motherfuckers: OKX, Jupiter, Ledger, Coinbase, Binance staking at that. That means that's other people's money. If you really know, that's other people's money. I bet every single one of these is other people's money. So yeah, again, we're lowering the barrier on this. We're making it easier for you to get in this particular area. And that's why, again, like, I'm not really too worried about what we're cooking, because that's, again, PayPal will be able to use us. You know, Square might even be able to put a client with us. We could build things for Shopify. That's like another thing. Like, for instance, Coinbase just partnered with Shopify to take USDC with their Coinbase Bay thing. Stupid. It's actually very dumb. Very Web 2. It's on chain, but it's not. Again, they're going to be faking the funk as long as people believe them. But what could really happen is, like, we could develop SDKs using X1 almost like as a giant API payment rail thing. And that's basically what they're saying. Like, if you really get all the right paperwork and shit, like, they'll work with you on that edge node. So you can make your transactions outside the blockchain, but still use the, like, node set of X1 chain to process these very important high speed transactions. So it's pretty cool. But it's ahead of its time. People don't want to hear that right now. They want to hear how the numbers are going to go up. Send it to Sky. Hey all, did you see OX Merc tweeted about Solana validators won't have to pay for votes? Oh, did he say that? Did he like make it Here, let's see what he said. Let's see what he said. Robinhood also announced that they'll be staking. Oh, he must have said it. Oh, in the validator chat, Mert's in there, or Murat or Mert, like from Solana. Was it? I didn't see Mert say that. Oh, okay. I see that there's a post from him talking about it. Oh yeah, right here, right in front of me. Few crazy facts about Solana's new consensus protocol. Finality gets 100x faster, just 100 milliseconds. This is the fastest of any layer 1. Shards propagation takes only 20 milliseconds, meaning faster pre-confirmations and advanced trading. Votes are removed, so validators' profitability increases TPS. I mean, they've been proposing this, but I still doesn't. It doesn't. How do you say this? This doesn't impact what we're building, because this is just a concept for them. We have it installed in the consensus, right? So for the Solana team foundation, like, again, this is coming from Helios, which is Mert's brainchild, right? It's not like it's coming from the Solana team. What's their names? Anza? Is that what it is? Is it an Anza? I might be spelling it wrong. Yeah, Anza. So, like, it seems that Anza is the main Solana, like, development shit. Like, you see Agave, like, this is what we're using on X1. And that's what they've been doing. With Jack says, like, oh, we've been updating, we've been helping them out. Like, they've been working with Anza. So you see, like, they don't say anything of that nature here, because this is like not propaganda, but it's like good media for people who would love to see this to become validators on Solana. But the reality is, in Solana, that they have a super majority of 20, so it doesn't really matter if you joined, because they're not going to change that super majority. That's how the consensus works. That that is why X1 is gonna be tax avoided. Um, but yeah, I hope they pull it off. This is also just gonna bring people into X1, learning about this stuff because that's what we offer. But you know, they could make a spinoff. They can make their own and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, we'll see what they do. I think X1 has a bigger meaning for coming to life as a blockchain, right? Blocks are basically full of people's transactions, so they're basically like full of life. So I think there's more to it than just releasing consensus for profit. That's all just kind of like part of it, you know. So like the cool thing about X1 is it's gonna have this amazing story connected with Zen, connected with Jack Levin's come up and tech, and then again it's gonna support high efficiency DeFi programs, and it's gonna usher in brand new ideas, right? So it's its own layer one. And it works side by side with Solana because it can look like a test ground or a funner playground, to be a little bit more chaotic than the traditional like Solana feeling. And maybe Helios can do this too, but it raises the question of, again, how far into Mert's love for the game, because I know a lot of Solana people who don't really care about Mert. Like they don't really care about him, and he has a lot to keep up. I'm not saying that he's a bad person or anything. I'm just saying like yeah, he's gonna promote things in his interest. It's like me talking about different types of Zen coins. Like I like them so much, I'm gonna talk about them in every good shape and form, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just know that that's because I like them so much. I like him, and he likes Helios because that's his baby. So he's gonna be like, "Hey guys, look what the fuck we're doing. Put in our, build with us, you know." But again, it's Mert. He's already had his cherry pop. You know, Jack Levin's a brand new guy with a lot of baggage, a lot of mysterious baggage. That Jack guy. But yeah, man, I've been fucking rambling today. Hey, Cray Crypto. Hope all is well though. Thanks for pulling up to the streamy. Been streaming for like an hour. Here, let's see what Jack is saying. In addition to our ongoing Regulation D 506, okay, raise for accredited U.S. investors, we're also excited to announce a parallel offering under a registered S, specifically for our international community. Registration S allows non-U.S. investors to participate without an accredited requirement, provided the investment takes place outside the United States. This raise will simultaneously use safes with token warrants exercisable at the token generation event. So yeah, you'll get shares of the company, and you'll get XNT. We've set up a dedicated Telegram group to coordinate interests, provide updates, and ensure compliance. If you're based outside the U.S. and want to learn more about participating in X1 Labs, please join us. That's what I mean, man. Fuck all these unaccredited bitches. I don't have the time. I am not accredited. I do not. I need to transfer wealth. I got to get lucky. That's my story. So I'm seeing between the lines, and this is how you get lucky. If you've never actually hit the bag and you've had the dashboard money the whole time, this is typically when you fall off, because you're going to go search for some more dashboard money. And that's fine. You should go do that if that's what you feel like you should do. But if I was accredited and had more money in my world to make smarter decisions for people, I guess. That's all it is. Investing, the best investors don't invest for themselves. They invest for others. That's why they can front run you. Like, it's like me and like Zen. It's like, oh, I've learned this. Yeah, best investors invest for others. They don't invest for themselves, and that's why they're winning. Right? Your emotions is what's gonna take you down. So I see him doing it. It's like, yeah. Now we got the non-US people that want to jump in. But again, I don't have anything like that. So I'm at the Zen level. I'm in the barrels with all these others. I feel like, and that's kind of why I'm like, yo, just keep your mind straight, because they're starting to build it out, and eventually it'll come out. And when it comes out, everything is going to go up because the speculation is going to be off the roof. All of the people that were talking shit are going to lose their position. They just got to say something for their followers and shit. That's how I'm thinking of it. Most of these attacks towards Jack and the ethos of Zen are influencers and people who think they understand crypto pretty much. Again, this your boy Crypto Bro. Don't nobody be here, bro. We're just chilling. It's just us. Everybody else is falling off. So anyone talking shit right now about Zen, they're either trying to get a better price, they don't understand, or they're obligated to grill Jack because of their people, the people that are around them. So yeah, you can do whatever you want with that. But I'm gonna tell you this. OP's in about the fucking moon. It's gearing up. It's gearing up. We got to give it a few days though. All right, just give it a few days. Like, let them come in. If it pumps, I'd probably sell some. This ain't no financial advice or nothing, but that's what I'm gonna do. If it pumps, I'm gonna sell some, and then see if it's really pumping. And again, you want to have liquidity on both sides. Set up a pool to catch the dump. That's probably what I have to do right now is adjust this pool so it can catch the dump. Because that way, if it pumps and I sell and then it dumps aggressively right after because it was a trap, at least I'll win on both sides. I'll get that Zen back at a discounted rate, and I'll have that Ethereum, right? That's like the strategy. But between July 1st and December 9th, right, that's pretty much the twilight zone for OPs, and it should start to mature. But the reason why I'm calling it the twilight zone is the stakers can start to sell because they don't believe in OPs or like they're trying to push the Jack Levin narrative, so they got to dunk on this now because this is the last thing running, and people still believe in, right? Everybody's crying about this one, but they self-dunked on each other, so there's nothing you can do about it. Again, you can join OPs in and then sell it to shit, but I'm gonna sell too because player versus player over here, man. What up, Save On? You pulled up at the end of the stream. But yeah, we hope all is well, my bro. So you got 162 days from today to get your mind right. All right. But on Tuesday, December 9th, hey, no, just keep trolling, bro. It doesn't matter. Troll it all the way. You got a little BTC and a lot of XRP. Who's got that? I don't got no XRP. XRP is buying their freedom right now. Like, can y'all just take my freedom, please? Can y'all just take this money? That's my freedom. But yeah, on this day, I expected everything to turn. The squeeze. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the 9th, September 9th, 91 days. That's like, oh yeah, the 100-day countdown. When's the 100-day countdown? August 31st. All right, we'll put a flag in the sand there. That's when you really probably want to get aggressive. Is this the final countdown? Yep. I want to see OPZen dump right here. Dump here, not here. But it could pump here, dump here. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll sign out on this Monday. Give it some time to mature though, because there ain't nobody buying unless everybody on this stream goes and picks up OPs in and starts to tell everybody, the next 10,000 X, because it might do it if everybody talks about it. It's fair as hell. Like, why wouldn't we want to degen this one? This is the one we've been looking for. Just go tell everybody, yo, this shit's about to 10,000 X. You should get into it, and it's just gonna start going the fuck up. All right. If you don't do it, time will do it. And here's your flags, the 31st of August and December 9th. If you don't decide to make a move by those 2 days, time will make the move for you. And hopefully you're in the pool. If you're not in the pool, that's on you, man. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know. Where is Lucy? Catch y'all later. Peace.